As seen in my bubble tea video, I love Rubik's Cube. So for my birthday, I had to try to make a Rubik's Cube cake. After a lot of practice of making cake for many occasions, I felt ready to take on this challenge. As you can see, my first cake was very ugly. But I improved with time. So here's my attempt to make a Rubik's Cube cake. Let's start with the cake. I use a square mold with a diameter of 15 cm, and hopefully I can make a cube if I stack 3 layers of cakes. I will leave in the description the video I used to make my cake. I didn't use the exact same ingredients since I didn't have all of them, but I noticed that I can alternate the milk with another liquid to change the flavor of the cake. So this is how I did the strawberry cake. First, beat 3 egg whites. When the egg whites start to have soft peak, add 90 grams of sugar and continue to beat the egg white until you get a stiff peak. In another bowl, put 3 egg yolk, 23 grams of oil, and 30 grams of blended strawberry. Mix it together. After, add the egg yolk mixture to the egg white and fold them together. Add 90 grams of cake flour. Sifting the cake flour will help to avoid clump. In the mold, spray some oil and put a small square of parchment paper to help unmold the cake at the end. Put the cake in the mold and cook it in a preheated oven of 320 Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. I redid those steps for my 2 other cakes using different flavors. For the filling, beat some cream until you get a stiff consistency. Add the flavor you like. I chose to put strawberry that I blended and added few spoons of sugar. And here's an easy and quick filling. Now I have to choose how I will decorate the outside of the cake. An easy way would be to use fondant, but I hate the taste. In fact, a few years ago, Andy and I did a cake for each other's birthday using fondant. The decoration was pretty cool, but we couldn't eat the fondant since we didn't like the taste of it. My idea is then to put a very dark chocolate glaze as the background and add some white chocolate square for the colored stickers. To make those stickers, I first tried to melt the chocolate and spread it on a parchment paper and cut it in perfect square. I found out that chocolate is not easy to cut and it breaks too easily. I ended up using this ice mold from IKEA that I had at home. So first, melt some white chocolate and add food coloring until you get the color you wanted. Then put it in the ice mold. When the chocolate is still melted, drop the mold a few times to even out the chocolate. I left it to harden in a cold room. To make the glaze, melt 250 grams of dark chocolate. Add 200 grams of hot heavy cream. I mix it with a spoon, but a whisk would have been better. I didn't think of it earlier. We end up having way too much glaze at the end, but having that much glaze also assures us that the cake will be well coated on each side. I added black food coloring until my glaze was black. Now the fun part. To assemble the cake, I used the white chocolate stickers I did previously to see how much I should cut out. Next, I have to stack the cakes. I put the first layer, which was a chai tea cake. I poked some hole in with a fork and added my leftover blended strawberry for the cake to stay moist. I then added the strawberry filling on top of the cake and spread it evenly. I did the same thing with the second cake, which was a matcha cake. Finally, I added the strawberry cake on top. I put the cake in the freezer for a little bit so it will keep the shape when I'll add the glaze. When the cake holds itself, put the cake in a pan to not make too much of a mess. I then dropped the glaze on top of the cake, coating all the sides of the cake. I removed the cake from the pan and put it in a clean plate. I left it to cool down in the fridge for approximately 45 minutes. Finally, I used my scrambled cube to place all the stickers at the same place. So here's my Rubik's Cube cake. It is not perfect, I can see that the cake is a little tilted, but I'm still satisfied with how it looks overall. It was such a fun project to make and I get to eat it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video while eating some hot edamame.